Okay, so we are back with Anne with an E Season 2, Episode 8. Getting toward the end of the season, and I know everyone's really excited for Season 3, myself included. Oh, I can't believe it's gonna end after that. Especially since, like, everyone's favorite season is Season 3. That's so annoying. I don't have much to say to preface this. This is my look for today. I have, like, 6 braids in. This is a Rhaenyra Targaryen-inspired hairdo. If only. If only. If only. By the way, just a little side note, I love House of the Dragon, and I know the second season's coming out, and I'm kind of like, should I rewatch the first season and, like, do some sort of video essay on it, or, like, review every episode, or do, like, a Q&A, like, something to talk about House of the Dragon, because I think it's so complex and rich and dynamic and just, so good. Let me know if any HOTD fans out there. If you're interested in seeing unedited, full-length reactions to these episodes, I do have a Patreon that will be linked in the description below. So check that out. That's your cup of tea. Again, the reason I'm doing it right now, the reason I do it every single time is, like, I read comments. I posted a video today, episode 6, I guess, reaction, and, like, reading comments, I was like, okay, I'll film today. So if you like these, comment, let me know. Comment your favorite quote from the video, or your favorite part from the episode, or, you know, whatever it is. I want to hear it. Anything and everything. Let me know. Let's see. It's always so interesting to hear what other people find funny, or, like, sometimes I, like, will put something in and I'm like, no one's gonna like that, and then people will. So, but I only know that people do because of commenting, so thank you for commenting. Thank you everyone who's already supporting me. If you are not yet subscribed, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe, the whole spiel, you know how it is. But let's get into Anne with an E, Season 2, Episode 8.
He called her darling pet. That proposal is about as amorous.
Will you have me, my dearest Ruby?
No. I plan
Queen.
to have several rows and be proposed to several times
Period.
just to drive Gilbert Blythe mad before
Period.
I dissolve.
Absolutely. Love that for you, Queen. You're in denial and delusion, like yours truly, so I can't say anything.
She will want for nothing.
Prissy?
Okay. I can't believe this is happening, but then again, it's not like they were that socially cognizant of grooming and imbalances of power and men taking advantage of women and... I do feel like the show has yet to kind of... And I could be wrong. I think it's painted him in a bad light, obviously, but it's yet to really cast aspersions on them as a couple or on that happening one way or another. Like, I don't know that it is having an opinion or a context on it, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I can't believe this used to happen to girls, but it's also not the opposite. So I'm just like, okay, it just seems kind of different than a lot of the other themes explored, which makes me think they're putting it in there for a reason, obviously, to be like, look how terrible this is, but I haven't gotten that vibe.
I only want to do this once.
This is a very bad idea.
Oh, okay, not that anyone asked or wanted to know, but ooh, yikes, zoinksies. Yeah, one time my dad did a similar thing in a fucking IHOP. We were in the booth at IHOP, and I had a snaggly little tooth that I just wouldn't take out, even though it was, I mean, shouldn't have been in there. And I think my dad just told me to hold on to it, and then he, like, slapped my arm down, and it, like, fucking flew into the cushion of the booth at the IHOP.
Curry. Let's hope Matthew is standing when we return.
Oh, let's be away.
That is so funny, Rachel.
Don't burn down the house.
I won't.
And don't get up to any mischief.
Oh, Marilla cares so much. It warms my heart. People really don't appreciate her as much as I think they should, I feel. What is going on with you? And I don't give a fuck. Also, I don't care, but if you're gonna be taking up screen time and energy...
Alright, I'll get it.
No.
We have a new boy in class today. Since you seem to have such feminine proclivities.
No.
You disgust me. Be on your way.
I am boot and cat. You know, I'm good at predicting stuff in shows generally, and in this show in particular. But I did not see that coming! I didn't see it coming! Oh. Oh my gosh. My mind's racing. Still inexcusable. Still a terrible human being.
You won't find care anywhere around here. You should be with your own kind in the bog.
The what?
The student who finishes last. Well, wish he had stayed home from school today.
Is this your way of like... Oh.
Sebastian. I thank you to stay in the cloakroom.
What did I say? What did I say? I know who will have something to say when they see Sebastian. Mr. Phillips. Let's hit that beat again, bitch. Pedophile, likely racist, homophobic, sexist, misogynist, abuser, groomer.
What can't he do?
The bog is just not a place for you.
Gilbert.
It's sad and unlawful and full of poverty and...
Yeah, I was gonna say. A slippery slope. I mean, I know what he means, obviously, but it's just... all those things are by virtue of systemic oppression. You know what I mean? Poverty? I'm like, girl, how do you think it ended up this way?
This train will put the colors to work. You might find space enough for him in the back. But the cargo...
Sebastian, I must speak.
Don't.
I insulted you when we first met. Assuming you were the help. Well,
I don't know if the character can pick up.
all that to say, you must come to tea
Ooh,
someday soon.
Good job. Good job, Rachel. I thought she was about to say something that was going to make me really struggle to,
Disgusting.
like... Whew. It's like, what do you even say to it? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, yeah. But it's so fucked. It's so fucked up.
Mr. Phillips will be moving on
Period.
after the wedding.
Poor fucking Prissy, dude. Poor Prissy. Like, on so many levels. This is just a new added one. But all the other levels are still there.
Anne Shirley Cuthbert is a passionate individual, all right.
That she is.
The trousseau of an unmarried woman. Is it an exquisitely preserved memento of her youth, or a tragic reminder of a life she'll never know?
Tell us when you're an old maid.
Do orphans even...
Josie, don't!
Not by blood.
Josie, stop.
Started mine when I was born.
Stop. Because she's actually funny sometimes, and I'm like, that is terrible. I can't believe you got me to laugh at that.
Sorry to intrude, my lovebird.
Ooh.
And after we're married, I'm gonna need your full devotion as my wife. We can't social climb if you're locked away at school.
Okay, Mr. Educator. Okay, Mr. Tirelessly dedicating his life to educating the youth. Okay. Girl.
Mr. Andrews, that's enough.
Period. Get, like, actual troublemakers in trouble.
To whom?
Oh, no,
does
he's gonna
this
punish
belong?
Paul, but it's probably because he, like, wants to see him after. Deadass.
It's mine, sir.
Ew, because he's still a pedophile groomer. Don't tell me he's gonna get a paddle. Don't.
You are the most disruptive student in this classroom.
Okay.
Open your hand.
No.
No.
Yeah, no. Okay, but also, like, recontextualizing everything, no wonder he was putting his Mr. Phillips essay into that role. You know what I mean? Like, that's his only outlet to be anything other than repressed. Gilbert, sweetie, how are you gonna be a doctor if you faint at the sight of a needle?
I'm the same as Josephine Barry.
But with boys.
Yes, Anne.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
Oh, Anne! You little sweetie pie, cutie patootie little angel.
In exchange, you could help me craft my study plan.
I was gonna say, why aren't we
It would be my
forging
privilege to mentor you.
alliances, connections, networking?
It belonged to Michael before him.
I made a half joke where I was like, that probably belonged to his dad and it's the only thing he has left of him or something. So I still give myself points for that, because same thing, pretty much. God, tell me he's gonna like reform the community or something, or like give them access to things that they don't have or something. Make it better for people here. Tell me he meets his wife here.
I was rounding off a 72-hour shift when you got all uppity. Boss rode me till the end like a mule.
Sounds like you had it bad before I stepped foot on that train. Pushing me to the back was about to help you.
Boy, it's all right for you to be those people's pets, but you don't know your place, and that's dangerous.
What I can't understand, boy, is someone was born free. And still likes the taste of the boss man's boot enough to lick it when he doesn't have to.
He shouldn't have hit him, obviously. But before that, they were both making points, I have to say. Both of them were making points. Oh shit, I don't like seeing you have mud and dirt on you.
I'm sure I will.
He literally told you you wouldn't, but...
Prissy, it's not too late.
Period.
Not a child. I know what I want.
There's a good-looking man outside. Oh, yeah? Why is he making us wait?
I see what's happening, yeah.
I hope you don't mind me saying so, miss, but you're very pretty. Got Julie Mango shining in the sun.
I do mind. Why is it that men think women are waiting around to be complimented? I'm working.
Talking to ladies. Must be out of practice.
Must be. Marching here with your mango this, lucky that.
I'm sorry.
Part of me is living for her, because I'm like, period, yes. Tear down men, period. But just knowing Smash, I'm like, he's not like that, please. Please. I see you looking for him.
Why are you standing half naked in a room full of women?
Fortune finally smiled on me.
These were never claimed.
I wonder why not.
Oh my god, it's giving so romance novel. Hero and heroine first meeting.
Someone a damn prettyish piece of property without a voice or ambition. We will be equals and partners, not just husband and wife.
Exactly.
And neither one should have to abandon their heart's desire.
Absolutely.
She forbade any proximity to the other.
Well, you're no longer in proximity to the oven. I am. Whoa.
Aww. Okay, got a little triggered. Got a little triggered by that, if you couldn't tell. She's saying it to herself, and as she should, because that's the first person that you should say these things to. You should love yourself above all. Ooh. And I was thinking earlier, I was like, this is literally the exact same situation that got you kicked out. She's not gonna be kicked out, obviously, but this is literally the exact same situation that got you kicked out.
Bless you, Mary. You're an angel.
I brought your receipt. You gave me too much.
I was hoping for some breakfast.
I see the vision so clearly. I know where this is going.
Bless you, my angel.
Period. Tease each other about your, like, loves of lives. He's like, I just met my wife, so I'm never gonna sleep again.
And I'm ready to receive your severe yet just punishment.
I'm very proud of you for coming to me straight away with the truth. This veil was to be mine and then my daughter's. It belongs to you now, Anne. Most everything in that trunk should be. With any luck, I'll get to see you as a bride one day. I have something else for you.
No! Why did this show fucking end? I want to see them at Anne's wedding!
This too will be yours someday. And later.
Oh, full circle.
I can only hope that one day, eventually, this union between you and Mr. Phillips will grow into one where you can both fulfill your heart's desire.
She's like, I hope that one day you can be in an open marriage, Prissy, and Fuck anyone else but him.
You remember how quickly we sped through our wedding vows?
Give me a prequel of them.
I spoke so fast.
Give me a prequel of them, I swear to God. That ass. She's like, we shouldn't be looking at each other during a wedding ceremony. Whew. This is so fucking sad on so many levels. Ugh. Run away! Run away, Percy! Get out of here! Run for the hills! Please, Queen!
Percy?
I hear the preacher say, speak now, or forever hold you in peace. I speak now. I object. And she didn't even need me to object because she's a queen and she's a smart girl and she has her own mind and she knows. But run for the hills. Oh! Girl, I thought it was ice that was gonna break. Look how white that snow is. Oh my god, love all the, it's giving La La Land, all the different colored dresses. I've never seen her smile like that. Oh. Yay! Oh, thank God. Now, Mr. Phillips, leave. Leave. Become a better person, please. Because being gay is not an excuse to be a terrible person. Okay? Oh, I love being a woman. Girlhood. Love the color scheme right now. Beautiful shot. Okay, so that was a surprising episode, which I mean, actually, there's been surprises in every episode, I feel like. Pleasant surprises most of the time. But yeah, no, I was gooped and gagged by that. I really was. I don't mind admitting when I am wrong or when I didn't see something, and that was one of those times I did not see that. It didn't even cross my mind, actually. It's still... I mean, I'm trying to think, like... No, I'm sticking... I don't even care if it's not, like, factually accurate. I'm sticking with the groomer pedophile vibe. Surely he could have found someone his own age, right? You know what I mean? Like, if he needed to marry to cover up the fact that he's gay. But, I don't know, Avonlea's a small town, and I guess he spends most of his time as a teacher, but still. And then there was that moment with Cole, where it was like, okay, he's giving groomer either way. He's giving groomer every which way. Yeah, so glad Prissy got out of that. Love that for her. I actually kind of wish we could get to know her more. Like, is that gonna happen now? Because her whole storyline, her whole arc, everything about her character has been directly tied to her relationship with Mr. Phillips. So, you know, seeing her smile at it was like seeing a stranger. It was weird. Like, I've never seen her smile like that before. And it feels like, you know, she's been someone that we've known for so long, but the fact that that, like, took me off guard to, like, see her smiling like that, I was like, oh, I don't know who this girl is at all. Like, I don't know the slightest thing about this girl, other than the fact that she, you know, thinks that she likes Mr. Phillips. Yeah, there was a lot of kind of just, like, it being socially acceptable. Like, how common is it that a teacher goes on to marry a student? You know what I mean? Like, they were all acting like it was so normal. But I don't know, I guess marriage was just so commodified back then. Like, it was such a business, such a arrangement, selling girls off, I guess. A lot with Bash. We met Mary. I don't think that's the last we're gonna see of Mary. I don't know. Have a little feeling there will be something there. And I kind of like the dynamic that is already being set up there. She's obviously more of kind of like a hard person or a cold person, you could say. More of kind of like a little bit more of an aggressor, a little bit more sharp. And these aren't bad things at all. Just personality traits. She seems to be a little bit more, you know, closed off, a little bit sassier, a little bit more judgmental, skeptical. I mean, rightfully so. Being a woman, let alone a black woman, let alone in this time, girl. Default is skepticism, okay? That's actually being nice. I mean, I would just, anyway. But yeah, no, that was interesting. There's a lot of kind of things that have been hinted at that were kind of addressed directly in this. I was wondering about Avonlea in particular, if, like, you know, Sebastian was the first black person that they had seen, and it seemed like it it was, because they're all in the bog, or that's what it's called, right? I think that's where the majority of the black population seems to be, in and around Avonlea, not in Avonlea itself. So that was interesting, seeing a different perspective. I think they have obviously a great common, if they are going to start a relationship, they have a great common bond to start out on, and foundational understanding and respect, but I also think there's a lot that they could teach each other. I could see them both changing a lot in different ways, changing each other in different ways, teaching each other different things. Like, they're both workers, but there was something about the way that she was talking, his perspective of like, oh, you're lucky to be in the warm. And she was like, girl, I'm lucky? Come again? I think I could see a lot of that sort of thing happening, where it's like, they're opening each other's eyes and perspectives and educating each other, pushing each other, growing, learning together. She softens up a little bit. He gets a little bit maybe more like street smart, or maybe a little bit more rightfully skeptical of people. Yeah, they're also showing different shades and varieties of it, because there was that man who worked on the train, and I loved that conversation between the two of them. There were so many great points brought up. And it's funny, because I really did not expect anything like that out of the show. I didn't expect any even discussion of race, let alone like very nuanced, deep, descriptive dives into really complex, complicated issues, where I'm like, oh, period, he's making a point, oh, he's making a point, well, but he's making a point, oh, but he's making a point, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, they were both spitting in that conversation. I was like, okay. Not happy to hear it, but like, I was like, period. Yeah, exactly. Pop off, King. So yeah, they're opening that up, which I have been curious about the world at large, like what that's like. And then Avonlea, and like, I guess around Avonlea, we saw some of the stuff in Trinidad of like, slavery is over, but they're still, servants. His mom's in servitude. That man mistook him for a servant. And so there's a lot of community there, and a lot of people like him, but at the same time, still a lot of people and a lot of issues of racism, discrimination, prejudice. But yeah, no, I like seeing more of that. I love hearing more perspectives, seeing like a wider variety, a more full spectrum, I guess, of people, and like what they're dealing with, where they are, what their mindset is, what their experience is. And yeah, I just thought it was giving so historical romance, hero and heroine first meeting. Like, I was like, guys, come on. It was almost like, okay, I mean, you're spelling it out now. Like, I was like, okay, I see what's happening here. But then again, I'm psychotic and have read like 300 historical romance novels in the past 2 years, so I know it when I see it, and I was like, I see what we're setting up. Okay. And then even by the end of the episode, like, her walls are broken down a little bit. Like, she realizes that he's not like a creepy, disgusting man. Like, he's kind of a sweetheart and cutie patootie. And maybe she can trust him. And maybe she can love him. And maybe he loves her. And maybe this is it. Giving that. Oh, Marilla throughout getting her glasses, coming of old age. I mean, everything that the Cuthberts do, I'm just like, they're such a family now. I mean, they always were, but like, especially now, it's just like, oh, wow. But it's very interesting, because there's something about an adoption story, or a foster story, or found family, chosen family, things like that, that it just never fails. No matter how many times I see them as a family, it's like extra sweet. There's an added layer to it, because you know where they came from, and it's such a good representation of how, like Marilla said at the beginning, only kin is kin. It's not at all. You can find family everywhere, and they don't have to be blood related to you. I don't know, there's just it's just like extra sweet. I'm just like, every time I see them have any family moment together, which is a lot now, because they are a family. Dead ass. The moment with Matthew. Now, what's that so much about Matthew and Anne? Was that potentially, maybe a little bit, about me and my daddy issues? Perhaps. Perhaps my immediate tears had a little bit more to do with personal experience than what was specifically happening on screen at that moment. More so what it reminded me of. I think there's something very beautiful about a father-daughter relationship. And how do I... let's just say I have at one time or another had that with my dad. The playfulness, like the very much, you know, like that, the dynamic there, the playfulness, the joking, the kindred spirits, the just all of it. I've had it, and it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful part of, and in a very particular way, because it's not the type of parent-child relationship that's like inappropriately playful or friendly, if that makes sense, because there are those relationships, and it is a big pet peeve of mine, because that happens way too often where like parents think they're their kids' friends. I'm like, okay, but there's just a dynamic there, particular with a father and a daughter, I think, that I've experienced at least, where like that playfulness, the joking around, the kind of like rough and tumble, the like, oh, we're gonna fight, oh, we're gonna play marbles, or we're gonna, oh, let me, you know, it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful to see in them, and it made me very sad. Why couldn't Matthew Cuthbert be my dad? That's all I am saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, love the Cuthberts. I hope that's the end of Mr. Phillips. Bye. Goodbye. I don't want to hear from you anymore. I don't want to see from you anymore. Love that for Prissy. Glad that she got out of there. Glad that she's prioritizing herself as she should. I really did not see the gay part of it coming. So they did gag me with that. Good job on gagging me. You did gag me. But I still stand by pretty much everything I said. He's still a terrible person. And again, like I said, like they revealed and I'm glad that they didn't make it so that like you felt like so bad for him that you can like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's a really thin line that showrunners and writers walk when trying to like redeem irredeemable characters or give backstory to really kind of like evil characters, and it can be done really well, but you also run the risk sometime of like, girl, do we have to, you know what I mean? Like, do we have to, because I can empathize with him. That fucking sucks. He's in a really bad position. That is really terrible. I get it. I really do. Doesn't mean that he has to treat other people the way that he does, you know? So I'm glad that it, like, kind of struck a balance between those two things of, like, showing the good and the bad, showing the reasoning behind the way he acts, but also not making that reasoning an excuse or absolving him of his actions because of it. I'm glad to see where that went, and I hope he's out of the show. Sorry to that actor. I mean, I guess you're a good actor, because I just can't stand you. I can't stand the side of your face. Loved all the issues of race being brought up, all the different nuances and complexities within it. New characters there. Can't wait to see that being built on. Love the Cuthberts. They make me cry. And yeah, that was a really good episode. So again, if you like these, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. That's the reason I do them. And if you want full-length, unedited reactions, the Patreon link will be in the description down below. So check that out if you are so inclined. And I will see you for And With an E Season 2, Episode 9. Bye!